Hey, welcome to Diversity in Cinema Academy. I'm Theta Catalan, and this is the place to be if you're an independent filmmaker, video creator, and screenwriter. So if you've been following my vlogmas series, 24 filmmaking tips till Christmas, you would know that I started off saying that I was going to decorate this tree while giving tips. Well, that proved to be a lot harder than I thought. I mean, honestly, to stop, talk, decorate this tree, and then first of all, y'all, putting a tree together and getting it together like this, it takes a lot of work. And so I was like, there's no way I could do these tips and do the tree at the same time. So I just kind of fast forward the process and I went ahead and directed. And I went ahead and decorated this tree. And then I got back to making these video tips, okay? Okay, so today's video is going to be all about budgeting for your independent Christmas movie. Now, scheduling for your film can be quite complicated, and honestly, it's almost like putting a jigsaw puzzle together, and those are the things that I'm going to share with you today. I'm just going to give you a few little tips on how to put that puzzle together. Okay, in the script breakdown video, I explained to you that while you're breaking down the script in whatever software that you choose to use, whether it is Gorilla or Movie Magic or Studio Binder, that software is actually creating a day out of days report for you. And what a day out of days report is doing is saying that you need these certain elements on these different days. And the two biggest elements that really impacts the schedule is cast and locations. Now, there's a whole bunch of different things to bring this puzzle together, because like I said, creating a schedule is like putting a jigsaw puzzle together, and I'm going to explain to you why. So say for instance, the first thing is cast. So now you have to create your schedule based on their schedule. So whatever, they may be booked for a whole bunch of different things and they may have to squeeze you in or whatever. And so that is why cast is the most important, because, and especially your lead talent, that is going to kind of dictate the way you maneuver. The next thing is locations, because locations can be quite costly, especially if you're in some of these bigger locations, like, you know, like 5-star hotels or courthouses or what have you, and you got to work with their schedule. So if you want a certain, like for instance, courthouse, and they say, well, we can only fit you in on this certain week, and your actor is a no-go on that week, then you got to keep going. You got to keep looking for locations that would actually make sense. Or if that actor you don't really need that much, then you be like, well, you know what, we might have to recast for this. That's really rare. Nobody's going to really do that for a location. But if, you know, there's a struggle with putting your puzzle together, sometimes you may have to recast. And so that is something that I want you to think about. So another thing that impacts the schedule is the SAG rules. So SAG rules states that the turnaround time for an actor is 12 hours. So say for instance, you shot them from 7 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock in the evening. The next time that they can be on set is 7 o'clock in the morning the next day. So where the problem lies is, say for instance, you have a night scene with this actor, and so you have to shoot all the way until midnight. So the next day, you cannot get that actor until 12 o'clock p.m., noon. Got it? All of the unions have that 10 to 12 hour turnaround. So it'd be really hard to get someone to start shooting at 7 o'clock in the morning. And then, but you're thinking,
oh my God, I need a lot of daylight the next day.
So that's why a lot of people, when they get the night shoots, they usually put it towards the end of the shoot or the end of the week. So those are just some of the things that can make it really complicated. And that's just talking about talent and locations and the time. And another thing about talent time is that the time that you pick them up from their hotel, that is when they're on the clock. So if you have a 30-minute drive from the hotel to the location, you've already lost 30 minutes of your day just with travel. And then remember, you got to bring them back to the hotel. So then that's another 30 minutes. So basically you have lost an hour of time just on travel. So that is something to think about when you are creating your schedules when it's pertaining to talent. Like I said in a script breakdown video, a lot of other things can impact the schedule, like equipment needed, picture vehicles needed, trailers, all that kind of stuff all impacts your scheduling. Okay, so like I mentioned in a lot of my previous videos, the schedule has a direct impact on the budget. So that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Hey, thanks for tuning in to my 24 filmmaking tips till Christmas. If you are enjoying this series, be sure to visit Diversity and Cinema Academy's website, where they have a ton of resources there. If you're interested in leveling up your film business, you can check out my online course,